Hello, 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 everyone. It's Kim from K&RP here in southeastern Manitoba. It is a cloudy day. It is actually -5 out with a wind chill factor that makes it -14, which means it's 23 degrees Fahrenheit with a wind chill factor that makes it 7 degrees Fahrenheit. It's still a lovely day. We're supposed to get up to zero today. We'll see what happens. If it actually comes about, we'll have melting snow, and since we're celebrating Christmas this Sunday, maybe we'll even have a green brown Christmas. Things like that happen. My yes men are back. Hey, and welcome, welcome. Um, anyway, today, what? Let me think. Okay, first off, I happened to mention to Ron yesterday morning because we decorated the Christmas tree. We had these little mushrooms from his mom that she got us as Christmas ornaments. It's a German thing, evidently. And I said, wouldn't it be cute to have a whole bunch of little mushrooms on the tree? So lo and behold, my lovely husband turned me yesterday all these lovely little button mushrooms. So I did manage to get the caps painted, but that's as far as I got with those. I'm actually thinking I might turn them like into little fairy kind of houses. I'll put doors and windows on them. Haven't quite decided yet, but that was fun. And then because I had the paint out, I did work and was doing some base coating on the piece post. Um, so now I've decided that I'm going to do them in my colors, which are blue, yellow, red, and orange. Those are my indigenous colors, specifically for me. So I think I'm going to do that with this. Okay, so I'm working on that. I'm working on the mushrooms. And what else have I been working on? Not too much. Really, not too much. I did make sure that these little dangly things that we did the other day worked, because we were working with the scraps. Yeah. So I'm happy with the way these worked out. They're going to go on the inside front and back covers on that journal that I'm working on. And okay. Hey, Sherry, welcome, welcome. Hugs to you too, hun. So, since we want to do nutcrackers today, I grabbed a stack of black cardstock, and these are already cut into 3x5 pieces. Thanks. Yeah, they're cute. They look like little button mushrooms that you buy and you slice them up and you fry them up. They're going to be fun. I'm going to have a lot of fun finishing those off. So, you know that I like to do my little paper dolls or my whatever size paper dolls. I do it on black cardstock because I like the black edging. So I have a stack of 3x5 pieces, and that's what I would like to do the nutcrackers on. So I pulled out a bunch of scrap. Unfortunately, though, these scraps are, aside from these blues, of course, it's cardstock. And I'm not sure that maybe for the hats, because we're not just going to go typical nutcrackers. I was looking on Pinterest. I don't know how many of you guys look at Pinterest, but I was looking on Pinterest and I put in nutcrackers, and they've got cat nutcrackers, and they've got ballerina nutcrackers, and they have hippie nutcrackers. So I thought that we would just have fun and make nutcracker dolls, still the same kind of facial features with the big teeth and, hat, mustache, beard, that kind of thing. So I pulled these out, and then I pulled out a bit of painty papers because, like I say, they have nutcrackers of all different varieties that they've used, this kind of stuff on, and then decorated, embellished, whatever. So since I had seen all these lovely embellished nutcrackers, I figured I would bring you one of the Santas that we made years ago. So Ron had turned this Santa, and I painted it. And it is a dish, box, bowl, I don't know what you want to call it. But I painted this fun Santa, and I figured we could do some really funky nutcrackers. I don't know if we're going to get to this kind of state of embellishment or not, but I just thought I would bring it down to show that, we could just have a lot of fun on these little things that we're doing. So that is part of my Santa collection that we have made over the years. It was out because I was decorating for Christmas since we're having it this Sunday. Reminder, there will be no live on Sunday since we're doing Christmas. Okay, so we've got these little things. We kind of have to figure out, should we do 4? Start with 4? I could do more. The thing about nutcrackers is looking at all the images of them, it does have a face and it does have hands, but the hands are always like just little round things. So, you know what? Let's do 6 because I can't just do 4. We'll do 6. I'll get the faces down. We're going to paint the faces, or the face, not the features. We're going to paint the faces first because one thing I've noticed, yeah, wouldn't that be a lovely little Christmas tree to paint? Maybe I should get him to do something like that. I don't know that he's got time or whatever, but if he just did like a little tree, well, it could be fun, especially if he did it like a box, right? I'll have to mention that to him. Thing is, we're not selling our stuff anymore. So he makes this stuff for me. I decorate it and I get overrun with it. Okay, so we're going to do faces. I'm not going to paint the hands on until after we've cut out the jackets because the jackets, depending where the sleeves end, is where we put the hands, right? Okay, so we're going to mix up some paint and do some skin color. I know this is a mess. I should have washed it, but we'll have to make do. So, of course, we take the yellow first. Maybe not necessarily first. I can't remember the other, or, when I did it the other way. Definitely we need some yellow. I've also got black. Oh, I was saying about the faces. The reason I don't want to do the facial features yet is because I've noticed on a lot of these nutcrackers, the mustaches they do in black, but the hair is white and the beard is white, and that just is kind of really off to me. So I'm got the black, but anyway, we're going to I probably have way too much yellow down. A little bit of red because we're going to do it like a peachy kind of color. So we're just going to do an orange here, lots of yellow, a little bit of red. Gives us a lovely orange. The problem is I'm going to have to add an awful lot of white to get it to be a nice skin tone. But that's okay. That is okay. I can always paint more faces. So we'll start with that amount of white. Let's close that red up. And we'll see what happens. That's getting to be a nice little goldy colored flesh tone. It's still quite orange. More of a salmon-y, peachy kind of. It's like a gold. I don't know how well you can see that. It's like a goldy color right now. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add some more white because it's still pretty dark. Hey, Drim, welcome, welcome. Yes, all is well here. How's it with you? I was just talking about our weather. We've actually got quite nice weather. I'm kind of wondering if we're actually going to have a green Christmas this year. The last time Winnipeg had a green Christmas was in 1939, I think it said. I had to look it up because I was just flabbergasted that it's still so nice out at this time of year. But evidently in 19 30 something, whenever it was, people were out golfing and doing lawn bowling. Okay, so there's a darker kind of skin tone. I think it's still a little bit on the dark side, and of course, when we paint, it is going to go a bit darker. So I am going to add more white. I'm ending up with a lot of skin tone. But it's okay because why? Because I can paint more than, you know, you guys know. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that kind of. I don't know how well you can see that. Can you see that? Does it look kind of fleshy? My hands are all modelly, so I'm going to go with this. I'm going to go with this. So I do have brushes. I don't have a glass of water. I will be right back. What's the weather like where you are, Drim? Okay, got the thing of water. Okay, so let's just put this on the side. Let's take these. Now, when we're figuring out, let's get the mouse out of the way. Snowstorm, -7, 30 centimeters of snow. Okay, that's, is it a wet snow then with only -7? It sounds like it would be probably be a wetter snow than a dry snow. Interesting. See, at -7 here, it's usually a little bit more wet and heavier. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, so let's just take a flat brush. Now, when we're looking at these cards, they're 3x5, as I said. I kind of figure out we're going to have a hat and a face and a jacket thing and legs and boots. So I'm thinking that if I do the face around this area, that gives us room for hair, hat, etc. And I mean, he's got a big head compared to his body, but I can always cover some of the head up with hair. But that's about the area that I'm going to go for on each of these for the face. And it looks like a lot of their faces are more fatter at the bottom. Like if you look at pictures of, but the thing is we can do any size shape of face that we like because it's our art. So we're doing it our way. And of course, I will have to come back over and do it a couple of times. So we're just doing faces or blank faces for now. I'm not getting it quite in the center, so I'm going to have to watch when I do the clothing. But wow, I've got lots of paint here. It's okay. So if it's just powdery snow, it's easy to clear your walkways and things, which you just brush off nicely. Okay, -2. Yeah. And of course, every nutcracker seems like pictures of nutcrackers. They have different hats. Some have crowns, some have like the tall Busby kind of hats. Some have like toque almost. kind of hats. So I am going to cut the hats and the jackets and the pants out of scrap paper. You know what? I've got so much paint. I'm doing them all. Windy as well. What does it make like for driving where you are, Jim? Are people used to driving in snow, or does it take a while for them to get used to driving in snow? We have about a couple of weeks worth of a fair amount of accidents on the roads because people forget how to drive in snow. And you have, I was listening to the wind the other night, and there's a definite difference between summer wind and winter wind. The winter wind seems to be a bit harsher, and I guess it's because there aren't any leaves in the trees to soften it. So we're just doing heads, not faces. We're just doing heads right now. Yeah. Still do stupid stuff at the beginning. It's like they forget, right? You know, they're too close to the person in front of them, or they forget how to steer into the skid, and yeah, whole different thing. And do you get snow? And I'm assuming that you would also know how to drive in snow because of the different places that you have lived in your life that you probably came across snow and driving in snow. And I know Sherry knows about snow. So I'm trying not to put these so that they're going to stick, but we'll see what happens. Two more. Two more. And as I say, some of the Nutcracker pictures I saw on Pinterest, some are very, very elaborate. Some of them are very, very plain. Right. Various year is supposed to be a big snow year. Yeah, and that black ice is horrible, horrible, horrible. We get that here too. And it's really bad on the highways. I mean, there were some days that I would just creep into work from here. You just have to be very careful. Very careful. All right, so I still have over half this paint left. I will use, you know what? I'm going to do the second round, and I need some for the hands, and then I think I'm going to scrape it onto a page in my art journal. Sounds like a plan. One tiny snowstorm. So I'm just cleaning my brush because it seemed that I wasn't being overly careful and I was getting it far too close to the ferrule. Okay, now we're going to start again, do the second coats. And I know that we're going to be adding facial features and mustaches and whatever. I still would like a really decent. Oh, summer tires, yeah. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. My car that I just parted with because it was so old, had winter tires. This one that we've got has all season tires. So we haven't really driven in much snow with it yet. It's still a learning process with this vehicle, but I'm sure it will be fine. Yeah, lots of vehicles in the ditch. We get that too. I mean, my husband used to work nights, and so he would go to work, and there'd be nobody else on the road. And I always made sure that he called me when he got to work because, when you're driving the highway and it's a 45-minute drive on a good day, I needed to know that he was safe. I mean, there was one day it was so bad here. Normally it would take me 45 minutes because we worked close to each other um, in the city. And it took me over an hour and a half to get to work one day. Brutal, brutal roads. I should have just stayed home. Very stressful, I find, because you know that you're a good driver, but like you say, everybody has to. Yep. Well, I'm going to have a nice collection of nutcrackers. It's all about the paper dolls today. Making paper dolls. All right, so this is the last face. Now we're going to cut out jackets. I think I am going to paint the boots on because on this black, the paint will be darker than the black of the paper. Wow, that looks very interesting. All these black papers with skin dots. I don't know. Anyway, we're going to do the facial features almost last. So let's start by putting this to the side. And let's use this really wild yellow stuff, and we're going to make a couple of jackets out of this. I'm looking for my scissors. They're over here. So the thing, though, well, yeah, throw that in the wet paint. The thing is, we're not going to, mind you, that could be really cute with a red collar. Yes, no? So I think I need about this size jacket, but only to here. I bet you half of that is going to be big enough. So I'm going to fold that in half and cut it. Guess I didn't need as big a scraps as I thought. And of course, I'm going to take this and fold it in half. Now, they seem to have flat shoulders pretty much across, like the jackets have flat shoulders, and then they're decorated a little bit. So I'm just going to consider that the flat shoulders across. So then this would be the sleeve. And then we need the jacket, and it seems to have like quite a waspy waist. Does that make sense? So I'm going to try something like this, and we're going to see how goofy it looks. So I took a triangle out of the middle. Does that make sense? Do you think that's just a little wide? I think that's just a little wide. But once they've got those shoulder things on and stuff, I don't know. Because once we put his hair on, yeah, I think that's a little wide. We can put that to the side and we're going to try again with this one. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to, is that as wide as that? Yes. So I'm going to trim it down. I want it probably a quarter of an inch smaller. We're learning as we go here, guys. We're learning as we go. So again, we're going to cut the sleeve. And then we're going to do the waspy waist. Maybe it's the square shoulder I don't like. Let's just round that a little bit and see if that does anything for me. Because really, the sleeves are as wide as the chest almost. Much better. Much better. What do you think? Anyone? What do you think? Better? Better? So I like the way that one turned out. So let's see if I can do this one. This one's going to be even a little bit smaller. We'll see. Oh, that's really small. But that, you know what? That might just work fine. Might not have quite. We can just do this. What happens if we just take a thin triangle out of the middle? And we're going to round this shoulder. Because they don't all have to be the same, right? I like that too. I think it's a little long. Could have been a little bit wider. It's okay. It's okay. Pants and boots. I'm going to leave this one as well. So we've got two. Got this purpley something here. So we like them about this width, length. And I think we need to take a bit off. I'm going to see if I can cut two tops at a time. The reason being is it'll just go faster for us this way. So I folded the paper in half. Now I'm going to fold it in half again. This way I will get two tops out of one. So we're going to do, again, the waspy kind of waist. This one. And then up to the shoulder. This kind of tapers a little bit. Now the thing is even though that it's purple or whatever color, we're going to be adding the buttons and that kind of thing to it. I think that's a little bit long for that one. You know what? Let's just trim them down a smidge. Trimming them down works too. All we have to do is go to the bottom and take just a little bit off. This one as well. And of course, we're going to be using metallic paints to do all the fancy work on these. Don't forget, they're going to be having beards over some of them, and it's going to be good. Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 more to do. I wonder if I can just trim this down. What do you think? If I just trim this like that, maybe. Oh, the very skinny arms. It doesn't matter. I like it. Maybe not quite so wide a point at the bottom. Maybe more like this. So it's just got a little bit of a flare. Okay. What else have we got? I've got this blue and purple, blue and pink. And one piece about that wide. Yeah. I think that might be long again. Let's trim a piece off before we even cut it. So if we just do, again, we're just going to do a straight jacket. Oh, straight jacket. Straight jacket. This dude gets a straight jacket. Oh, look the way this turned out. It's like he's got a purple sash down. I like it. All right. Let's start gluing. I'm going to glue these down. Or should it go over the pants? What do you think? I don't know. I don't know. What have I got? I've also got, I pulled out this box of plain colored papers. I don't have black plain paper. Thinking like for the pants. You could do purple. Purple would make nice pants. It's a little thick. We'll see. We'll see. I've got some red. And yeah, you know what? This is construction paper. But it's okay. It is okay. That would be lovely pants, but that's really heavy cardstock. We could do that green. Oh, I've got a brown construction paper. A lot of this is cardstock. You can do some yellow pants. Did I pull out orange? Orange. More yellow. You can try this blue. It's another purple. That's nice. Wish I had some more like decent green. Green. There's a piece. There's a piece. There's a piece right here. It's got some paint on it. We'll use this side. Okay, let's see what we can do for pants. So I'm thinking, first of all, when we're doing this, we have to have it so that it's not as wide as the jackets, right? So I need to trim off probably a good 1/4 of an inch there. Needs a little bit more taken off. Okay, so now we're going to fold that little piece in half. Really, we are going to fold this Little wee thin piece in half. Oh, I could have used stuff from my strip bin. Well, I don't know. Just wasn't thinking. We're just going to do just the slightest triangle. And we've got a pair of pants. I kind of like it. So now we're just going to take a little bit of glue. And we're going to put the pants and the jackets together. And the reason I want to do that is so I don't have lots of little pieces on the desk that are going to go missing. So we've got one. As I say, we're going to come back and we're going to decorate these up and have fun with them. And of course, I'm going to be painting the boots on, so they're going to go high up on the pant legs. So there's one. And you know I need to move a little bit faster so that orange paint doesn't... Now I'm hoping that this is going to be thin enough. Oh, wide. It's wide yet. Have to take another bit off this. And I'm going to fold it in half this way because I need 2 pairs of purple pants. Fold them. Cut the little wee triangle. Ooh, very skinny legs. That's okay. It's okay. Glue. Some of these could be very interesting uniforms. Wow, that purple matches that really nicely. Come on, you. That's 2. Uh-oh, big, too much glue. Where is my rag? Yeah, I got a painted rag beside me. That's 3. See, now I could do like a green hat. There's a nice green in that painted paper. Okay, so now we need pants for these guys. Let's use the yellow because that seems nice. And really, we only need a piece about that thick. So we're going to cut that off. And we're going to do just a wee little slice up the side like this. Thanks, Jim. Have a wonderful day. Well, I guess that's right. You're late. You're much later than us. Sweet dreams. Thanks for coming. I appreciate it. Oh. Well, let's put them on a... See, the nice thing is that even though it's very close to the bottom, I can paint the boots so that we still have enough that we can cut around, right? For when we're doing the dolls. Oh, this one needs to be much narrower. These pants, they've got glue on them. I'm going to cheat and go like this. And hope for the best. There we go. I can come in and trim that just a little bit more. It's a very long tunicky kind of top. So these pants need to come in just a little bit. Like that. Again, very strange. It's okay. They're going to be fun. That'll match those. 8:30 p.m. there. 1:30 in the afternoon here. Enjoy your football. Okay. So how many do I have put together with uniforms? I'm looking for one that's a little taller. There we go. We'll use this one. 1, 2. You know what? I'm going to put these ones away for now. And we're going to build those because I don't want to take up too much time cutting and gluing because it can be boring. And I had said that I was only going to do 6 to begin with, and I think I've got that. Maybe even more. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, lost a body. 5. Lost that body too. Where are my bodies? Here's 1. Okay, there we go. I'm going to glue the bodies down now. I'm going to use glue stick. We're going to shove all this stuff on the side until we decide to do the hats. Oh, see, I didn't even use red. Well, that'll give me something to do if I play later. I do have family coming for dinner today, which is normal. I have a gluing paper. I will use this. I'm going to glue these down. So then we will paint the hands on and the boots. And decide on hats. Yeah, I know. Well, see, they were supposed to come last week for dinner, but my daughter was really, really sick. And they didn't want to bring anything over for me to get sick with, if that makes sense, which it does. So evidently now her son is sick, so they can't make it. But when we were planning on the dinner, she asked if I could invite my oldest grandson, like her nephew, for dinner because she's trying to arrange a get together with him and his girlfriend to celebrate his 18th birthday. And he doesn't answer messages, texts, whatever, right? Because he's a kid. So I said, sure. So I invited him and his girlfriend for dinner as well. And he actually answered my message because I wished him a happy birthday at the same time. So him and his girlfriend are coming for supper, but they also want to learn how to make rouladen. So since the other ones aren't coming, we may be making rouladen tonight. But I'm just throwing a pot of soup in the instant pot. Oh no, lost the pants. Hey, come back here. Lost the pants. Get back on. So, as I was saying, they want to learn to make rouladen. So, since my daughter and her family aren't coming, we might do that this evening if they're up to it. I don't know if. Well, I know that they work today, but either way, they're coming for soup for supper. Oh, very, very like, long. This one's very long. Yeah, it is. It's crazy around here. We actually went and bought a new Christmas tree yesterday. The Christmas tree we had, I bought at a secondhand store, oh, a good 20 years ago. So it's time for a new one because we're kind of getting really frustrated. I don't know. I don't know if it's an age thing or what, but trying to sort out Christmas lights to put them on the tree and then wrap them around the tree, it's like, ugh, just can't be bothered anymore. So we bought a new tree that has lights on it so we don't have to putz with that anymore. All right. There. We have bodies and heads. Bodies and heads. Bodies and heads. They're kind of cute. We're working on these dolls. Hats. So since these two have red on, how about if we do red hats? Like, I don't know. Let's see if we can cut out some interesting red hats. So anyway, my daughter messaged me this morning saying that her son's now not well and asked if we wanted to chance it. And I said, no. Love you, but no. So I'm doing like a Busby kind of hat. Needs to be a little bit shorter. It's okay, this length on this one. That one needs to be shorter. Let's glue that down. Where's my glue paper? Now, as I said, I'm going to be painting the hair on. This is why I'm trying to hurry this part of it up because I'm going to be doing some painting. Hey, Dawn, welcome, welcome. We are doing Nutcracker paper dolls today. Pencil tree? Yeah. See, Anne, that's just it. I didn't want to move furniture either, so we did get a smaller tree. It's not as wide based. I was looking at the pencil trees, but they didn't have any set up, so I didn't want to just, you know. So I'm going to use this purple for the hats for these two. Dawn, I am just playing. I don't know what exactly is happening, if you know what I mean. So we've got these interesting. I'm well, we'll cut or just cut clothes, painted the heads. I'm doing their cutting their hats. I'm going to be painting their boots. After this, pretty much everything is going to be painted. But I want to get to this stage, so yeah. Well, I did look on Pinterest for some ideas, right? So how about if we do kind of like a I don't want to fold this. This is really okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up like this, and I'm going to take this piece and flip it this way so they get the same kind of angle. Not that those pieces were cut flush, like, you know. This one's kind of the same. Too tall, but I need it to be that wide, so I'm going to trim it across here. It's like a bucket hat. Oh, I could do a chin strap maybe. We'll see. And this one, what do we want to do with this one? Same kind of thing? Cut it this way. Take that, fold it, flip it over the other way. So it's a mirror image. And cut. Now that hat is way big. So I think it needs to come down to about there. Because it's going to have hair as well, right? So now these can get glued on. We're going to be doing all the other decorating with paint. Paints and inks. I'm trying to leave enough around so that when I cut them out, I've still got the black outlines like I like to have. So I've got this yellow one. He can have a nice yellow hat. What kind of hat? What kind of hat? Let's take a look and see what kind of hats there are in Pinterest. I've got these guys up beside me here. Crowns. I don't feel that I'm up to doing a crown. I could do something like that though. Some of them have really tall hats. That needs to come down about half an inch. Fold it. And we'll do a scallop thing because there's a very interesting hat with a scallop. I like it. I like it. I like it. Yeah, they're a little bit wider, but like I say, I'm going to be putting hair on, like painting hair. Okay. So we've got one more to do. Now, I don't know if I want to do a purple because he's got that purple stripe, or if If I want to do like a bluish hat match the pants, maybe. Okay, we'll do that. Okay, it's wide enough. You just have to fold it in half. I wonder if I could do that. That's an interesting hat. Oh, yep, it's fine. It is fine. What you been up to, Don? Okay, so now we're going to paint. So I don't need my glue. I need, first of all, I still have a lot of that skin tone. So I'm going to use that and I'm going to paint the hands on. And as I said, looking at, I need to put a little bit of glue under these. They're still up a little bit. Their hands are just half rounds or, like little ball things. I'm looking at Nutcrackers on Pinterest, and I'm just kind of going by their shapes, not necessarily decorating the same way. Getting a new furnace? Oh my. Oh, see? It's a good thing these are paper dolls. They'll be glued onto something, I'm sure. First things first, let's do the hands. So many of them are just like round, just round. So that's what we're going to do. Just going to make round balls at the bottom of the sleeves. Because we can. Just like that. Just like that. And that's what we're going to do on all of them. Oops. And of course, I will be coming back and embellishing with inks and things. So I will be outlining those hands. I am painting everything else on these guys. This hand is much thinner than the other hand because I had to trim that down for some reason. I can't remember. It's okay. It's okay. Totally okay. Trying to get them fairly even. Closets. Oh, I know. Oh, I know. When we were doing the floor, we found that our main or one of our joists down here had twisted onto point so that it was putting a bulge in the floor upstairs. So we had to rip out walls and cut walls down because of the way things were shifting. So that meant that my studios are in a total uproar. It's I get it. I really get it. It's like you can't do just one thing. It just snowballs into more than you anticipated, especially right before the holidays, right? It is physically challenging. And especially right before the holidays. I used to laugh because Ron is so much like my dad. We would be getting ready to host Christmas dinner, and he would do things like paint the back hall where everybody comes in, like, and I don't mean that we had a big back hall. Like you get one person in there and there was no room for anybody else to take their coat off, right? So he would paint the back hall with oil paint and up the stairs with oil paint before people were coming for dinner, like a couple of hours. No way did it dry. And then another time, because we had a bigger family gathering kind of thing, we couldn't eat in my mom's kitchen because it was too small. We would have to have dinner in the living room. So we would have the table set up for however many, like 8 cousins, aunts, uncles, grandparents. And he took his recliner apart and he had all the pieces of the recliner. So he took this screw out first. So the screws were there. And then he took this plate off and then this spring and this screw, so he had it all laid out. So it would take up a good quarter of the living room. Just goodness. So, yeah. I, I don't know. It's funny. Yeah. Why did they do that? Fathers, I tell ya. I mean, Ron had to glue down our linoleum tore. We moved a chair, we dragged it, and the linoleum tore. So he had contact cement out and was gluing the floor down, and the whole house smelled like contacts. Oh, I know. My word. Hilarious. Just hilarious. Okay, so let's do the boots. We're going to use black. We're going to put some black down over here. And I'm just using a medium round brush. I can't remember what size it is. Why are you sticky? Why are you sticky? I don't understand. Oh, did I wipe it in glue? Or is it just my fingers have glue on it and they're sticky? Okay. All's good. Let's do boots. So we need the toe side of the boot. So that's like a half round. And a flat. And the other one has a half round. And it kind of sticks out over the sides of the pants a little bit. And flat bottoms. Right? So you can see where the toes are. Now we're going to go up the pant legs. We want high boots. And we want them to have like a point on these ones. So now we're just going to paint down the pant leg. Trying not to muck up the toe of the boot, the top toe of the boot, so that we kind of still know where it's happening. We got boots on one. Now we're going to have boots on this one. And we're going to go even higher up, but they're just going to be straight. Straight down the legs of the pants. I am going to have a small army of nutcrackers. I have no clue what I'm going to do with them after. I really have no idea what I'm going to do with them after. And because the bottom of these pants are so close to the edge, I'm just going to use the bottom of the pants as the bottom of the boots. What big toes you have, Grandma? Oh, thanks, Don. And these boots are going to go to there. They're definitely going to be interesting little dudes. They really are. And toes. And toes. Boots don't all have to be. Yeah. Today's musical interlude. These are going to be really tall boots, I think. Should they be really tall? Let's go all the way to here. All the way to there. I have no idea who designed these Nutcrackers uniforms. I just know that I'm going to have fun decorating them. I don't know how elaborate I'm going to get. I appreciate you guys coming along this journey with me. It's too bad I can't do fishnet boots. It would. It would. Problem is that I don't really know any designers. It's not something I've really studied. I'm one of those t-shirt blue jean kind of girls that. What do you mean you want me to put on a skirt? I can't say that. I wear a lot of skirts in summertime. But I mean, they're not designer skirts or anything. They're just. You know. It's really hard to get these to match. The toe ends to match. A garland of nutcrackers? Wouldn't that be fun? Ooh, I wonder if I could have these done, including these ones for Sunday. Wouldn't that be fun? Or even use them as place markers, right? On the table. I don't have enough. That's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I need more. I'd have to do a couple more. I don't know if I'm going to have time to do this by Sunday, all of them. We'll see. We'll see. We will see. But yeah, it would be fun because then what I could do is if I cut the bases out. Oh, I have a thought. Because if they're freestanding, I'll show you what I mean. I'll show you. So if you have the base, right? This is cardstock. So you got the base and the dude. This is the base, and the dude would be up here. Okay? Right? So if you cut a slice here, and a little slice there, then you take two little pieces like this, and you put them in the slices. You would have them standing up. Right? So I could have them standing at every place if I did them all. Okay, we've got boots on everybody. Now, since I've got the black out, we will do the eyebrows, the hair, and mustaches on some in black. I am going to grab just a brown paint that's purple. This is burnt umber, and I am going to put the nose on each of these. Don't need too much because I'm just doing noses. And a lot of them have like triangle kind of noses, or just, I'm just going to go like this. Just a little horseshoe kind of nose on each of them. Because don't forget, we got to put those big teeth on them, right? Horseshoe noses on each of them. Ooh, that's a big nose. It's okay. Big nose. There we go. We've got noses on everybody. Now, the way that their eyes are done, if you look at the ones on these guys here, they're just white dots with a color of in the center and then a black dot in the middle. So let's take some white, because we're going to want some white hair and stuff too. So we'll put some white down. Okay, so let's do their eyes first. Let's just do white dot eyes. Using just the back end of my paintbrush, white eyes. Ooh, not the same size. Make them the same size. Same size eyes. And one more. All right. Now, Since we're at this stage, let's put their mouths on. So I'm going to take a flat brush. And they all have big teeth, right? Okay, Dawn. Like their mouths take up most of their face because of their teeth. So I'm just going to do a white rectangle on each of them. And their teeth do go below their faces in quite a lot of them. Very strange. Very strange. That's the way it is. Very weird. Nutcrackers are very weird. A lot of people say they're very creepy. And I get that. I like them though. Yeah, exactly. That's why their mouths are so big, because that's where you put the nuts inside, right? So now we got big mouths. Now we could do some hair. That way, once we've got the hair, we can do the eyebrows and the eyelashes, etc. So, you know that when I do hair, I like to do, if I'm doing white, I like to add just a little bit of blue. That's green. Ah, where's my blue? That's green. Oh my, where's my blue? I have a turquoise there on my desk. Oi, oi, oi. That's green. You know, I do have blue paint under my desk. I just have to find it. Sorry, guys. I seem to have a lot of green all of a sudden. Which is okay, because on Friday, I think if Jean is here, we're going to do the Theodores. So you need some white felt and some white yarn, as well as paperclip and cardstock, and black cardstock, or whatever scraps you want to use for the boots and the hat, and paints. But we might do Christmas trees as well. We're thinking of doing some really cool Christmas trees. So I've got some blue. And just to put a little bit down, just because I like to add the blue and the white together. So I'm going to dip it in the white, a little bit of blue, and we're going to do wild hair. And yeah, it's okay if it's more blue than anything, because we're going to be going back over it with the white anyway. And we want hair down here. So we're going to have a couple of them with the blue and white hair. And we're going to have some with black hair. So I'm just giving them kind of like a little bit of wavy blue and white wave kind of things. I guess I'll hold it up and show you guys what I'm talking about. I'm just doing kind of like zigzags with the blue and white together on the brush. Oh, thanks, Anne. So I'll have 3 with white hair. And then we'll have 3 with black hair. Oops. Now, of course, they need a beard, right? So again, we're going to take this blue and the white, and we're going to go under the mouth, and we're going to give this guy a beard. And I'm going to do that before I decorate the uniform. And you know we're going to have to do 2 or 3 coats of this blue and white to cover up whatever. Now, the thing is we're going to have to do a mustache. So again, blue and white. We're going to go right under the nose. A little bit more blue. And we're going to give him a nice curly mustache. I do have small Google eyes. Don't know that I want them though. I think because, and I'm just going out over things. I've got that little bit of blue left on the brush, but I'm going over where the white and blue were just to lighten up the blue a bit. Give it the white. I don't know that I want the depth of the Google eyes, Sherry. That's I'll leave the mustache as is, and I will give them eyebrows. Now I will come back in with a liner brush and I will add some more white to that for the hair. Yeah, I don't know yet about Google Eyes. It's a good idea. I just don't know if that's what I want. That's all. Again, I'm just going over this white and blue. Some eyebrows. Beard. A little bit more blue in there. Okay. And mustache. You know what? Let's just do both mustaches on these guys, this one and that one, so that it's done. Too much water on the brush. I'm just going to do them in the blue, straight blue, so that I can see where I want them. And I think I'm going to do that with the eyebrows too. Because that will make it easier to see what I'm doing. Okay, so again, the white, I'm just going to go over where I did the hair and the beard. I'm not going to do the mustache or the eyebrows yet. This one I think is just going to have one of those little beards. Well, I guess not. Okay, so because I've got the white beard, can't really see the mouth. Now, let's just, you know what? There must be something in this glass that is making it. I don't know if I have Mod Podge in the bottom of it or something, but it feels slimy. Yeah, it could be bulky to mail too if I decide to mail them. So I am going to. Some of the nutcrackers have red mouths and some of them have blue mouths or black mouths. I don't know which I would like to do, but I am going to take a gel pen. I don't know if I want to use gel pen or pen and ink, but I'm going to use a gel pen and hope that it works. So I am going to outline the mouth with the red. And I am going to do the teeth. And they just do them like this. So now I'm going to do one in black because I'm not sure that I really like the red. I think I might like them better in the black. What do you guys think? Black or red? Red? Okay. Red it will be. I'm going to do that to all their mouths before I get too carried away here. Might do one more in black. Just so I got. I'll do this one in black. Oh, and they need very red cheeks. You know what? Let's use a pencil crayon with very red cheeks. Total difference between one with hair and one without hair. Or pale brown? Pale brown for what? The teeth? Hair? Nutcrackers are actually really creepy. Well, I've got the teeth done now. I mean, I can go over them with a brown. Okay, so while I've got the white out, I know I'm bouncing all over the place. I'm sorry, but I'm doing things as they kind of come to me. I want to take the white and go just over the toes of the boots. So that we can see where the toes of the boots are. Just because I'm thinking of it right now. I think they're coming together, guys. Hour and a half. I don't have one single one complete. But they're getting there. They are getting there. Okay, so I want to get a different cup of water. I don't want my brushes all stuck. You can hope that this one too does not have Mod Podge in it. Okay, now we'll put these ones to the side and we'll work on these three because they have hair. Let's do their eyes. Like I say, their eyes aren't outlined or anything. They're just there. Just there. I'm going to do turquoise eyes. Every little bit adds, right? Every little bit develops them that little bit more. Brings a little bit more character to them. Move these guys over as well. Okay, so I'm going to now take that really fine liner brush that I just had in my hand, and I'm going to go into the white, and I'm just going to do zigzags of white over this blue-white beard and hair. It will give it depth. And I will go over the eyebrows. I'm going to do that on all three, and then I will consider the hair done, and we will go on to working on the rest of these guys. So go over the mustache and the eyebrows. Mustache. And eyebrows. Okay, so now we're going to take the black and we're going to add some detail. First, we're going to put the little dots in the eyes because they got to be really creepy. That blue paint was still really wet, so that black didn't. All right. So let me just scroll this up. So now a lot of them have like a band around the base of their hats. Let's do that. Let's do like a ribbony kind of thing. Let's do this one in yellow because it's a yellow and red kind of uniform. And I'm going to take the big round brush and I'm going to turn it to the side a little bit and do it so that I've got a big kind of a roundish brim on it. I'll be honest, I don't really like it without all the outlining on it. I'm also going to take this yellow and do those shoulder things. I don't know what they're called. Epaulets? Epaulets? He's starting to look like a nutcracker. Let's give a bright yellow stripe down the front of his pants. It's not going to show very good because it's yellow on yellow. Don't know how well you can see, but it's there. Now we need something in the middle of the hat. We're going to take the yellow and we're going to do, what do they have? They've got stars, they've got fancy swirly things, they've got chains, they've got almost like candies. I will come back with black gel pen and that will show. Oh, you know what? I wonder if we do the waistband. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. See the buttons on his coat? Got to do two more up there because, just because. Buttons on the coat. Can you see the shoulder things? Oh, a big buckle on the hat. How would I want to do the buckle? But I think it needs something else up here, like a crest or something. How about like that? And then, and then, I'm going to take this red pencil crayon, colored pencil, whatever you call it, and I'm going to do some shading on the sides of this hat so it looks like it's round. You know what I mean? Not too blatant, just a little bit of depth. And I'm going to go just underneath these things so it's like a shadow almost. Guess I need like a gray. Where's my gray? Had a gray. A little bit of shadow there. We're not done. We're not done. I'm just adding some shadow while I'm thinking of it. On the top of the boots, under the jacket, under the beard, and the hair, under the epaulets. Are they epaulets, guys? I don't know what they're called. Under the buttons. Under the hat. Is he starting to come to life? Black gel pen. Oh, no, you know what? We've got to put some little bit of decoration on the boot, too. This nice fine liner, and we will use the white, and we're going to do X's down the boot. I think we need the white pencil crayon. Crayola. And we just got to do a little bit of highlight down the middle of the hat. Down the center of the sleeves. Underline the buttons, outline the buttons. Do these buttons have holes in them, guys? You know what? I think I like everything outlined. I don't care that they don't have them outlined. I need them outlined. And I'm going to just add some black to the hair too because it just needs more. I'm finding it flat. So I'm thinking I just need to do this. Just need to do some scribblies on the hair. Ooh, wet paint. I will show them to you right away. Right away. I just have to finish doing a little bit of this outlining stuff here because it was just wrong without the outlining. You know how I am. Old folk artist. Everything's outlined in black. What do you think? I think he turned out good. Paint's still wet, so I'm not going to cut him out yet. We've got one done. Yay! Go us! Okay, so I've got this guy. Let's do the outlining. No, we need to do something on the hat first. What else can we do on the hat? That one looks like it's got a pinwheel on it. What about if we do a big white circle? Sort of. Not that brush. We'll use the round brush. And we'll do a circle. And I don't have purple paint out. Maybe I need the purple paint. I need purple paint. Silver. Green. Oi. Purple. I need a light under my desk. Aw, thanks, Dawn. Thanks. Thanks, Sherry and Anne. I have to admit, I have fun. I like the fact that you guys throw ideas at me. Not that I take them, but I do sometimes, yes. But I like the ideas, I like the idea of googly eyes. They would be really cool with googly eyes. I just don't know what they're going to be when they're done, right? Like if I'm going to do a garland or if I'm just going to collect them or I don't know. I don't know. I might get really crazy and do something like this on one of them. I don't know. I don't know. But we'll get these two done and then I will call it a day because I have to put soup on. Yeah, except that I've got glue marks on some of the black paper. I could do them thinner and do them almost like a point. No, they're too close to the bottom to do points. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Purple. Purple. Jim's getting sidetracked. So, I mean, even on this guy, I could come with my gold paint and put the gold on some of this. In fact, I think I will. To give it that sparkle and yeah, tags and string them. Maybe, maybe. Would they fit on a big tag? I don't have any big tags here. I've just got little tags. We'll figure it out. I'll think of something. They may stay like this, and I'll ask you again on Friday. Let's do purple. Purple, purple, purple. We've got this purple. Let's do a big purple band here. And what about one here? Is that weird? Limited by our imagination. And then we'll do purple stripes down his pants, but we'll put them on the outsides of the legs. Oh, I like that. And then what about cuffs on the sleeves? Let's do cuff on the sleeve, purple cuff on the sleeve. And we can do purple down the outside of the sleeve. Purple stripes. Oh, now that purple's going to be hard to cover up with the yellow for the epaulets. Might not be too so bad. And then in this stripe here, we're just going to do 3 purple buttons. Oh, what about? I have an idea. I'm going to do 3 matching purple buttons over on this side. It's going to be weird. It's going to be weird. But you guys are going to see what I'm doing in a minute. Then I'm going to take the white and I'm going to join the buttons like this. And then on this, I'm going to do white stripes. And then on the boots, we'll do these like this. Okay, so now I need a dark purple pencil, violet, and we're going to do the shadowing on the hat. I want to see you guys make some nutcrackers. Post them in my group. I want to see your take on them. And we're going to use this purple and we're going to use that for the shadowing under the beard. And the jacket. See, where'd my gray go? Need some gray around his face so that you can see that the hair and stuff have created shadows. This isn't a very good gray. It's not the one I want because it's not doing what I want. Picky, picky, picky. Yep. There we go. There we go. Much better. Much better. Much happier. All right. Now I'm going to do some outlining with the black. We have to decide what we're going to put in this big white circle here. Start by outlining the ribbons or the bands. Hi, Janet. Good evening, good evening. We are making Nutcracker dolls. So I started by just doing blank faces and then using scraps of paper for hats and pants. Then I painted on the boots and the mouth and the hands. And now we're just embellishing. Well, it's almost 3 o'clock in the afternoon here, Janet. So I think I'm going to have time just to do one more of these. And then I have to go, and I've got kids coming for supper and I'm putting on a big pot of soup. So let's get that eyebrow, the hair, and the beard. We'll outline the mouth. And the mustache. Oh, see, we didn't do the epaulets on this one yet. Yeah, I've just got my eldest grandson and his girlfriend coming for supper. My younger daughter was supposed to be coming, but they're not well. And as much as I love them, I don't want to get sick. You know, um, epaulets. Have to put the epaulets in. And yeah, I think I am going to go over them with gold paint. Oh, see? I could have done like a feather. What about a yellow feather coming up from this ribbon? What do you think? Yellow feather? Maybe an additional yellow, really thin yellow stripe along the outside of the pants? Oh, that's cute. Maybe along the outside of the sleeves then too? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, guys, this one's coming together. I see it. I see it. Yellow feather? Okay. Let's do a yellow feather. This shape, almost like a little leaf shape. Well, maybe it should have gone right up the middle of the top. Maybe on one of the next ones I can, well, some of their hats are too close to the, okay, we need that paint to dry so I can go over it with the gel pens. So we'll outline this. We still didn't decide what we're putting in this yellow, this white. Something like that. And then we can outline the feather. It kind of look like a feather. Does that look like a feather? Looks more like a leaf than a feather. But we know it's a feather. Now I can go around the outsides of these because that's dry. I just can't do the insides of it yet. I can go around the buttons. Around the tops of the boots. Around the jacket. Oh, I guess I need to define where this jacket opens and closes since we've got these buttons. I guess maybe they should go this way. That's where the opening of the jacket is. You know what? I think because those buttons are so dark, I'm going to take just a little bit of white and do just a little highlight, maybe. Just want to do a little highlight lines on these buttons. Maybe just a little bit of white on the feather too. I think that's better. I think that adds to the feather. That was a good idea. If I do say so myself. Focus, please, camera. It's not focusing. I did some little white lines on the feather. Can't see it. I'm too close. Can you see them? Hope you can see them. Okay, so now we need to use some white on the top of the hat and under that piece there, down the center of the sleeves, center of the pants, because it's highlight, right? You need the highlight. Boots, across the top of the boots. I'm missing something. I'm missing something, ladies. What am I missing? Oh, this. We have to do this, these scallopy things on the epaulets. Oh, I didn't. I want to do the eyes. Outline the eyes. And I think this guy's done. What do you think? Is he? Can we call this one done too? Hey, Malia. Welcome, welcome. Out of I've been online for 2 hours and I've only got two guys done. Two nutcrackers done. But I do have four more to do. These guys are going to have black hair. Well, it probably wouldn't have taken as long if I had a plan, but I had to cut out the clothes, and then I thought I was going to do a bazillion of them, and I get carried away. Do you guys think that these buttons need like buttonholes on them? I don't know. Maybe once I got the gold on there, I won't feel that way. So anyway, I've got two done, and I thank you guys for being here. I need to go and put on a pot of soup since I'm having company. Thanks for coming and watching. I appreciate it. And on Friday, we're going to be doing the Theodores and possibly Christmas trees. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate you. Take care. Have a lovely rest of your day. And I'll see you Friday if I don't see you in somebody's stream before then. And if you guys play with any, if you guys try them, please post them in my group. I'd love to see your take on these. I can't wait to do this when he's got a lampshade on his head. All right. Take care, everybody. Hugs. Thanks again for watching. Even the people who haven't chatted up in the gallery and replayers, I appreciate you all. Have a good day. Bye, guys.